Hi, welcome to Take 5, ready to take over the weekend. We will begin with a comfortable sitting position or laying down position, whatever that is for you that's comfortable, and come up with an intention for the class, for the weekend, for the year, for your life, or anything. We'll be coming back to this intention throughout the class to reinforce it and hammer it in and make it as stable as possible in our being. Also, if you haven't gotten water yet, get water and hydrate throughout the class. Don't wait on me to tell you to grab a drink of water. Feel free anytime throughout the class to get water or even exit the pose if that's what you need. So, with that said, we get into a comfortable sitting position. We'll lower the volume of the soundtrack in this moment. What's around us? Hear each individual noise coming from your device, coming around you. It might be the AC sound or cars passing by. Tune into the present moment, hearing all the sounds around you. If you haven't closed the eyes yet, close your eyes and see through your mind's eye what's around and what colors and shapes and what is it that you see with your mind's eye. Notice where the breath is and see if you can deepen it going to the lowest part of the lungs into your belly. How does the breath feel coming through the nostrils all the way down to the belly? Notice how the body feels. See if you can relax the shoulders and back. Notice how the air feels on the skin and the areas of with your clothing and also where you're sitting on the mat, on the ground, on whatever you're sitting at. How does it feel on your skin? Begin relaxing the scalp and the forehead and the cheeks and the jaw. Relax the eyelids and the shoulders again. Relax the throat, inside and outside. The chest, inside and outside. Relax the belly and the arms and the hands and the fingers. Feel the blood circulating in your thighs and inside and outside. Relax the knees and the calves and the ankles. Relax the feet on the bottom of the feet and the toes and the heels. You felt each part of your body. How does it feel to be in your body right now? You as a human. Inhaling strength. Exhale in relaxation. Inhale in love. Exhale in relaxation. Keep the eyes closed and envision a place of peace and quiet, tranquil, and relaxed. Beach wave at sunset, perhaps. Mountains surrounding on the back. Wet sand. With your mind's eye, write in the wet sand using your fingers your intention in present time. If you are laying down, get up and sit. If you're sitting, begin moving the hands away from the crown, from your head. Wiggle the fingers, fingers pointed down and away from the head. Move left ear towards the left shoulder. Move the right ear towards the right shoulder. Full breath. Do try to maintain that full breath throughout the practice. All the way to the belly. Left ear towards the left shoulder again and tuck the chin forward. Right ear towards the right shoulder and tuck the chin forward. Notice any differences between the left and the right side of the neck and even shoulders. If one side is tighter, maybe spend more time on it or go back to it if it was the other one. Begin making circles with the head. I'll challenge you to go real slow. How slow can you go? Keep breathing into the belly, maintaining the belly breath throughout the practice as much as possible. Remind yourself, am I breathing fully or is it just shallow on the tops of the lungs? Replenish the old air that has been stored for who knows how long. Change the direction of the circle. Are you still wiggling your fingers away from the crown? Notice a spot that would need a little more attention. Maybe stop at that spot and take a few breaths. Inhaling right arm up towards the sky. Overhead towards the left. Move the right arm back and look underneath the right arm. Full breath. Lower the right arm down, keep the spine length that you created, and then elevate the left arm up towards the sky and overhead towards the right, and look underneath the left arm. Where is the breath? Keep the length that you created and float the left arm down. Lift the legs straight in front of you, hinging from the hips, going towards the toes. So here, maybe use the arms to support you so you can have a straighter spine. The arms behind you or next to you. And then hinging from the hips, moving towards the toes. Extending the backs of the legs. Try to get the full length of the legs. Flex the toes and point the toes so you can engage the entire length of the legs, stretching them really good. So use the inhale to gain length. Use the exhale to relax towards the toes. Imagine I push you in the middle of your spine forward towards the toes. We'll be coming back to the legs throughout the practice, as these are big muscles, they take time to release. So that's another reason why we want to keep the spine straighter as possible, so that way the spine muscles don't give in to the leg muscles. Remember, the spine has lots of muscles, but they're little, not as strong as the big powerhouse of muscles the legs have. So we do want to stretch muscly legs, and that way to protect the lower back, you know. So let's make about 80% distance between the legs. So not like a split or anything, but just spread them apart about 80%. And you, in the 80%, you immediately feel something going on in the inner hamstrings. Keep the hands behind you, again, to keep the spine straight, and lean forward, or not yet. Use the exhale to relax yourself. Relax the legs and relax yourself in the pose. Inhale, gaining length in the spine. Exhaling, moving forward. And keep that pulsation with the breath. At your own pace. Notice where you're at today with your leg stretches. It's no judging, just observing makes you more mindful about things, makes you more observant. Observant, mindful, kind of synonymous words there in this case. But don't judge. Like, for example, my legs are super tight today. Sure enough, I spent a day in airplanes yesterday and sitting around a lot. So there's that. When you're ready, begin, maybe use the arms to help you and begin putting your legs together and move into tabletop. Hands and knees underneath, and each time we're on hands, we want to spread fingertips. Inhaling the head and the tailbone up towards the sky. On the exhale, we're gonna push the mat away with both the hands and the feet and curve the spine. And keep flowing with the breath at your own pace. And when you're ready, push your tailbone up, tuck the toes, lift up, downward facing dog. Begin moving one heel at a time. Left and then right, pedaling the legs with the breath. Keep pushing your heart center towards the thighs. Actively pushing the mat away with the hands. Stretching real good from fingertips to tailbone to feet. Walk the feet towards the hands and find yourself into forward fold. Let the hands just hanging loose. Also the head. Maybe shaking the head left and right. If you're super stretched and your hands are reaching the mat, maybe grab opposite elbows. And let the head hang, elongating the spine all the way from the tailbone to the scalp. Alright, place the hands on the mat. So if you don't reach the floor, maybe make a bigger distance between the feet. As big as it takes for you to reach the ground. And bend the left knee slightly and move the hands over towards the right toes. Concentrating on stretching really good the entire length of the right leg. Repeat your intention from the beginning of the class, and if you've forgotten it, that's fine, just come up with a new one. And then bend the right knee and straighten the left leg. Move the hands over towards the left toes and just breathe in the entire length of the left leg. Walk the hands forward towards the middle and plant fingertips far apart from each other and begin walking the feet back into downward facing dog. And notice how this time, moving both heels down at the same time, how does that dog feel on the backs of the leg compared to the first one? Not better or worse, just compare it in terms of is it easier? Are the heels going lower? This part of observance that is non judgmental is kind of like what we're going for. It's not better or worse ever. It's different, and how is it different? Pushing the mat away with the hands actively, moving the chest towards the thighs actively. So as much as this is a resting pose after a bunch of very hard poses, it's also not really a passive pose. So don't allow the shoulders and hands and arms kind of collapsing, but instead keep pushing the mat away, always. Inhale yourself into plank. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Oh. And breathe. I do have to let someone that I just saw. In. Okay. You are in. And we are in downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Repeat your intention from the beginning of the class 3 times in your head. Inhale into plank. Exhale Exhale, lowering chaturanga, elbows in towards the body, all the way down. Inhale yourself into cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward towards the hands and place the left foot forward. Plant the right heel down. Engage the core, leading with the face and the hands elevating into warrior one. Squaring the hips forward. Strong, powerful pose. Relax the face, breathe into the belly. Turn to the side, warrior two. Hands far apart from each other. And notice if you are not tucking the tailbone, you don't want the butt sticking, but instead tucking the tailbone, strong core. Notice if the arms are on the same level. Sometimes one is higher and we don't notice it. Left fingertips forward and looking straight beyond them. Notice if you're tilting your head forward. You want to be looking beyond the fingers, but remember the neck is a beautiful continuation of the spine, so keep it straight. Inhaling left arm up towards the sky, right one floats down and relaxed. Reaching towards the sky as much as possible, like you're wanting to get a piece from the sun. Move the left elbow towards the left thigh, right arm overhead and far from the right heel. Right shoulder roll back. Really good stretch from the right heel to right fingertips. Right fingertips shooting away. Also, try not to put too much weight into the left arm. It's not there 100% to support you, but maybe 20. So engage the core fully. You can check that by removing it from the thigh. And belly breath. Inhaling back into warrior two. And then square the hips forward, arms up, warrior one. Lift the right heel and exhale, moving the knee towards the ground, but hovering. Inhale back up, lunge. Exhale, knee on the mat. Exhale, arms on the two sides of the left foot and move the left foot towards the right, preparing for pigeon. Untuck the back toes and start to lower. I'm extremely tight today, not the same, not judging. Using the breath through the places that are needed and see if maybe walk the hands forward, maybe lower yourself more. Where you're at today. When ready, begin walking the hands towards you if they're forward, and also lift yourself at some point very slowly. Tuck the back toes and find yourself in a downward facing dog with left leg behind you. Up in the sky. Actively pushing the mat away. Alright, left leg back down. And inhale into plank. Exhale, ride the breath down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Face towards the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward towards the hands and move right foot forward. Plant the left heel down. Engage the core, leading with the face and the fingertips, elevating warrior one. Breathe. Exhale into warrior two. Notice if you're leaning forward to backwards or whatever, you want to be straight. Notice if the hands are on the same level or one is higher. Look beyond the right fingers. Inhaling right out, up towards the sky, left one just floats down. Reaching and reaching really far with the fingers. Right elbow goes towards the right thigh and left arm overhead. Remember here, not too much of the weight is going on the thigh. You can check by removing the right arm, engage the core, and still breath goes all the way to the belly. Left fingertips super far from the left heel. And breathe. Of course. Elevating back into warrior two, strong core. Moving into warrior one, squaring the hips forward. Elevate the left heel. And then exhale, moving left knee down, but hovering. Inhale back into warrior. Exhale, left knee all the way down. Arms on the two sides of the right foot. And prepare yourself for a pigeon on this side. So right foot. Right foot goes towards the left. And we are moving into pigeon. Untuck the back toes. Notice where you're at on this side compared to the other side. Again, it's not better or worse, but is it tighter or is it easier to get in the pose? Observance is creating mindfulness. Maybe lower yourself forward, maybe even walk the arms forward. Sending the breath to that one spot that's screaming or needing it. Don't forget to grab a drink of water at any time you need it throughout the class. It's a good time to come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. When you're ready, begin walking the hands towards you at the forward and lift up yourself at some point. Very slowly exiting a pose. You want to give a chance the body to respond versus react. Moving to the back toes and elevate the right foot behind us, downward facing dog with the right foot behind, far away from the hands. And back down with both feet, pushing the mat away actively with the hands. Both of the heels are kind of lowering, and chest is towards the thighs. Imagine I walk behind you and I push in between the two shoulder blades. So you're moving more and more towards the thighs. Breathe. Walk the feet towards the hands. Find yourself in forward fold. Find yourself in sitting position, hugging the knees. Tuck the chin towards the chest. Elevate the chin towards the sky. Move the shoulders back. Begin straightening the spine. Move the feet a little bit forward and place the hands behind you and chest towards the sky. Straighten the feet, the legs, and make like a shoulder distance between the feet. Moving forward like we did in the beginning of the class, try to move forward with the face and the spine is straight. Spend a few breaths moving towards the legs, towards the feet, and when you think that's the limit, then begin walking the hands forward and curve the spine and face forward and down at the same time, moving in between the legs eventually. I mean, that's the direction. It's not like the goal. Sometimes we're more stretched than other times. Sometimes we might be able to put our legs behind our head, and sometimes that might take more time. Be okay with whatever it is coming up for you. Breathe. Where is the breath? If the breath is shallow, that means that you're pushing yourself too much and you want to back up a little bit to gain the breath. Full breath. The breath is really the priority in any pose or situation. How about that? Inhale yourself slowly up and get the right foot towards you. Right knee forward. Left foot on the outer edge of the right thigh. Trying to stack the knees on top of each other and remove the right foot from underneath you if it's there. The goal is to have both of your sitting bones touching the mat. Grab the hold of your toes. So strong core here and moving forward. Just leaning slightly. Where is the breath? See if you can maintain that length of the spine and begin walking the hands forward. Or don't. If it's too tight, it might be too tight. This one gets pretty intense pretty fast, so be mindful about your breath and always monitor how far are you in a pose. Relax your shoulders. How do the two legs feel different from each other? Breathe into that one spot or that one area or those areas. If it's like a lot more than one, it doesn't matter. Wherever you feel it, that's the right place. Send the breath there. On exhale, of course, moving deeper into the pose and relaxing in it. Strong core, engage the abs and exit the pose by lifting up and spreading the legs about 80% in between them. Exactly the opposite. Hands behind you for support, moving forward. Alright, when you think you can't move more forward with the face, then move the arms in front of you and begin walking the arms forward. This is gonna curve the spine, that's okay. At this point, I'm extremely tight today. Take it easy, sneaking in into the pose. Maybe don't get too deep too fast. When you're ready, moving the hands towards you. Inhaling hands towards the sky. Gaining length. Move them to the sides. So palms are up towards the sky for receiving energy and strong core, hinging from the hips. Keep the right hip down as you move left arm towards the toes on the left side, left toes. Reaching the toes. Inhaling yourself back up. And then reach the right toes with the right fingers. Strong core, keep the left sitting bone on the mat. Inhale yourself back up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. Exhale left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale up. And when you're ready, float the arms down as you maintain the length of the spine always. Right knee forward. Oh, no, left knee forward. Right foot on the outer edge of the left thigh. Stacking the knees on this side. Let's try to have both sitting bones on the mat. Moving the toes away from you. Ooh. How is this side different than the other one? Huge difference for me. This is a pose that really exposes differences between left and right. Just be okay with that. Strong straight spine. Maybe moving the arms, walking them forward, hinging from the hips. Try to keep the spine straight. The first easiest thing would be curving the spine, and then that will remove the pressure of the leg muscles that we're trying to stretch. So instead, keep the spine as straight as possible and leaning forward, hinging from the hips. Breathe. Where is the breath? Is it existing? Is it shallow? Or it's going all the way to the bottom of the belly? If it's shallow, remember you want to back up and maintain the belly breath as you get into the pose. Maybe push more on exhalation, relaxing in the pose. Breathe. When you have enough of that, walk the hands towards you and move very slowly, exiting. You don't want to slam yourself out in the pose because the muscles might or might not snap right back in. So 80% of what you can stretch in between the 2 feet. Elevating the arms on the two sides and moving left fingertips towards the left heel. And this time we'll be elevating the right arm very high so it doesn't stay where it was, kind of like in the previous one, but it's really high, far away from both of the sitting bones. And maybe try to anchor the right sitting bone as you go with the right arm overhead. That makes it real intense, real fast. So monitor where your breath is. Don't hold the breath. If if it's like something restricting your breath type of thing, then move the arm back up towards the sky and don't do the overhead thing. But if you do the overhead thing, then roll the right shoulder back and maybe even look underneath the right arm. Inhale yourself back up. And moving the right fingertips towards the right foot. Left arm up towards the sky. Far away from both of the sitting bones first and maybe go overhead as well. Left shoulder back, rolling and looking underneath the left arm. Where is the breath? Is it full? Is it existing? Inhale yourself back up, strong straight spine. Always when you exit the pose, think elongating and expanding. So that way you don't jam your spine into either exiting or getting into another pose or whatever. So always like think expanding and elongating, strong straight spine. Alright, so we're gonna speed this up with point towards the left toes, right hand overhead. Inhale yourself up. And then exhale towards the right toes. Inhale yourself up. Exhale towards the left toes. Inhale yourself up. Exhale towards the right toes. And inhale yourself up. Now just keep the flow at your own pace. Always think expanding and elongating when you pick yourself back up. Feel free to move the head as well, underneath the arm. And when you have enough of that, get your legs together and hug the knees. Maybe help with the arms, putting them together. Hugging the knees, tuck the chin towards the chest, curve the top part of the spine. And when you're ready, lay down, knees towards the chest. Hug the knees, moving left and right, massaging the spine. Incorporate the lower back as well. So see if you have to move the knees a little bit further away from the chest to incorporate the lower back. Then move the knees towards the chest to move more in the mid spine. Then grab a hold of your big toes in a happy baby. And that's what we call this both in America. Anyway, happy baby. And see if you can move the feet towards you. Don't put too much pressure on the toes, like you don't want to rip your toes. Maybe even grab a hold of the feet on the bottoms of the feet and then begin moving the elbows, not the elbows, but the knees on the two sides of you. So in happy baby, now they're a little bit higher, and now let's grab a hold of the feet and then move the knees on the two sides of you. Moving left and right, tuck the chin towards the chest, incorporating the top part of the spine massage this time. And then when you're ready, place the feet on the mat, knees are bent. And then plant the hands with the palms down and begin elevating really, really slowly, okay? The first one you want to get in real slow, lifting the hips up into a bridge pose, and eventually walk the shoulders towards each other and towards the heels. Breathe. Where is the breath? Keep tucking the chin towards the chest and make sure you do not look left or right or like move your head left or right. Try to put more pressure on the shoulders than on the neck. When you're ready, slowly lower yourself. Eventually hug the knees towards the chest. Alright, moving left and right, massaging the spine. And then moving the knees a little bit further away from us to incorporate the lower back. Place the hands with the palms down, up far away from the heart center. Palms down for support, elevate the feet straight up. And on exhalation, we'll move the feet towards the left. Or the legs, right? The entire legs, not just the feet. And then exhale towards the right. Inhale up, exhale towards the left. Exhale towards the right. Exhale towards the left. Exhale towards the right. Alright. When you have enough of that and find yourself up with the legs, bend the knees again. Hands. Palms down. Begin elevating for another bridge and have the shoulders walked far away from you. Don't move the head left and right. Just keep the neck straight and
put more pressure into the shoulders, then the neck. Maybe interlace hands. And when you're ready, slowly lower, exiting the pose. Eventually hug the knees towards the chest at some point. Moving left and right, massaging the spine. And find your feet going up above the head and on the top of the head. Moving into cloud pose. Scoop myself. Alright. Cloud pose. Very slowly. Use the arms to elevate your bottom part. Once again, do not look left or right. You want to make sure that you're always straight with the neck in those poses. And also see if you can move the shoulders towards each other to have less pressure on the neck. Breathe. Very slowly use the arms for leverage as you're rolling one vertebra at a time and finally into hugging the knees towards the chest. Roll yourself to one side, left or right. The arm that's on the top is going to go towards the sky and then towards the back. You look towards those fingers on the top arm. Also, here we're in twist. So, the torso is all twisted, the rib cage is a little bit restricting the breath or more. So, you want to send the breath, force it in, down, down all the way to the bottoms of the lung. Breathe. Inhaling knees towards the chest, hug them. And then move them to the other side. Top arm goes towards the sky in a twist from this side. Look beyond the fingers of that top arm. Do force in the breath here, all the way down, and repeat your intention. Hug the knees again, moving left and right, and find yourself in a comfortable laying down position, whatever that might be for you. Shavasana, the most important pose of all of them, as it teaches your body perfect body alignment and seals the practice. Also, I'll help you seal the practice with some sounds that I'm going to be making. Palms are up towards the sky. Feet are either far apart, kind of relaxed on the side. melting into the mat, relaxing the entire body, starting from the feet, relaxing the ankles and calves and knees and thighs. Relax the core, chest, arms, shoulders. Relax the throat inside and outside, and the face and the scalp. Breathe fully. Inhale into the extremities. With your mind's eye, come back to that one place, maybe the beach with the sunset, and see you writing in the sand with your intention. The wet sand is glistening. Come back to your intention from the beginning of the class and repeat it 3 times in your head in present time. And if you prefer to stay and keep meditating or maybe take a nap, do that. If you do decide to get up, find your fingers and toes wiggling. Eventually hug the knees and then move into a fetal position and help with the arms. Lift yourself up with a strong straight spine, always expanding and elongating. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.
Have a beautiful weekend. And come see my show at the Academy. I am DJing tonight. Bye.